If I could start by asking you about what's happening with ALP at the moment. They've called in the National Executive to administer Victoria. Do you think that there's call for further inquiry into this branch stacking issue?
I certainly think they need to get a grip on all of this, and it's not just the Labor Party, it's the Liberal Party as well. I mean, this branch stacking's been going on for years and years and years. I cannot believe the amount of people already involved, that there was a lot of other people that didn't know what was going on. I mean, seriously, and I think they need to, if they don't make this transparent and they don't come out and tell the truth and bring everything out in the open, Labor is really going to struggle into the next election. So federal Labor has a lot of work to do on its hands, but once again, I cannot believe, after watching that report, that there isn't a lot more people that knew exactly what was going on here and nobody did a goddamn thing. And that is more worrying to me than anything else.
Do you think that there should be an inquiry into whether this is happening in the Liberal Party?
I think there should be an inquiry full stop on branch stacking right across the country, into all the both major parties. There's no doubts about that. Why not? Why not? Let's get to the bottom of this once and for all and see just how far this is going through both of them.
Now, there's legislation before Parliament at the moment that you're concerned about. It has to do with funding for the federal parties, and you're concerned that this could make it easier for federal Labor and Liberal to be funneling money to their state-level parties without any proper disclosure.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I just think here's the backdoor scrum. So instead of tightening up these political donations, which is what we're all coming for, they're actually weakening them. So I think that's very, very concerning. What's even more concerning is that when you're trying to rush something through Parliament and you've got both major parties trying to do that, that tells me that, and without the public even knowing what they're up to, that there is something definitely going on here. It is very, very concerning. It's already concerning that the amount of money that they can take, nearly $13,000 a day, is not accounted for. People have no idea, and that they don't have to actually disclose anything for 14 months. So, you know, there is a lot going on with these political donations while we're all trying to do the right thing up here as the miners at micro parties and independents. These guys here are up there having a party saying, you know what, the less people know about political donations coming in to our parties, the better. And I find that quite disgusting. I think that most Australians have had a gutful of people having to buy their seats, and that it buys you power. But it doesn't just do that, it buys political influence, like I've already said. These guys come in, they walk the hallways of Parliament, they're handing over cash, and nobody knows what the hell's going on, and it is a real problem. So for me, I say to Labor Party, you really are in a lot of trouble right now. So why don't you start showing some integrity, stand up to the Liberal Party down there in that chamber and say, you know what, these new laws are weakening the political donations, and we need to toughen up. You can separate yourself from the Liberal Party here and start showing them that you actually have a spine, and start putting some integrity back into the Labor Party. And this is your perfect opportunity to do this. But why Don Farrell is running around the back here doing dirty deals with Matthias Cormann over political donations, then once again, Australians, we've got a problem up here.
So what you're calling for is this electoral legislation amendment bill to be going to committee at least?
Yeah, so what we want to do is make sure it goes to committee, and I can tell you what, we have some very big, tough changes we'd like to make ourselves, and there'll be plenty of amendments coming from the micro parties and independents up here. So we'll see how serious they are about tightening up these political donations for the future. What this does is it is not democratic, these political donations, the way they're done already, and by weakening them is not good for the nation.